Hello, 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 everybody. Here we are. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, nope, that's my apartment. Let's not look at that. And there it is again. Okay. It's going well. It's going very well. Alrighty. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Between Two Nerds. You may notice that we are minus a nerd today. Courtney is actually not feeling well today. Don't worry, it's not the Rona. She's okay. But she is not camera ready at the moment, unfortunately. So she will be back on Thursday for our next guest. But today it's just moi. And we have an amazing guest today on Between Two Nerds. Oh, by the way, welcome to Between Two Nerds, your source for chats with notable nerds, and also discussions about voter registration and voting this November. I'm JP Karliak, your host. Courtney Taylor is not with us today, but we have a very special guest. Let me see if he has joined us. I know he's around here somewhere. How do I do this thing? Aha! There he is. All right. Sorry. So, you may know him as Overhaul on My Hero Academia, or perhaps you know him as Funtime Freddy on Five Nights. Please give a warm Between Two Nerds welcome for the amazing Kellen Goff.
Hi, how's it going? Watching you fiddle around with this stuff is so amusing. I could watch it for the whole interview.
You know, sometimes if I don't get my crap together, it could take that long.
That is honestly a show in itself. I love it. How's it going, man?
It's good. It's good. Sorry, Courtney couldn't be with us today.
That's fine.
Yeah, she is.
I get it.
She's fine, but she's under the weather.
No, under the weather. I get it. No, she heard Kellen was coming. No, I completely get it.
It is not that. It is not that. Yeah, no, but everything is going well here. How are you? How are you managing? You know, during
all of this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm well enough, I suppose. I got here. I'll show. I got this this booth here now that's providing me with some good sound. So that's
is that Studio Bricks?
That's a Studio Bricks.
Oh, you mean like that one?
Oh, you got the blue one. Yo! Twins. We're Booth brothers. So yeah, that's helping a lot with. I might actually talk to you because there's this weird echo I can't get rid of. But anyway, that's an after discussion.
About that, I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay, good, because nobody has known yet. So yeah, other than that, just been staying inside. I am not sure, if if I have the antibodies or not. So I don't really take any chances with it because I've seen like the pictures of lungs. If Corona happens, we can't afford to have that.
No, so it is not super great.
Not pretty.
Not the best.
Yeah.
For all the people who are just tuning in, we're Between Two Nerds, brought to you by NerdsVote. We're thrilled to have Kellen Goff on the show today. If you have questions for Kellen, feel free to throw them in the little question mark box down the bottom. We'll get to some of your questions as we go. Yeah. So you have been able to keep working at least during all of this.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. The Studio Bricks is great, and I got a Neumann in there, so everything is up to standards, thank goodness. And I actually just signed with Atlas, so
congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been coming in pretty well, and I'm very grateful for everything that we're able to do, especially now that California has sort of been shut down again, and going in isn't even an option anymore.
I know, right? Yeah.
I never took anybody up on that anyway, but it was always nice to have that safety net if push came to shove,
Yeah, I did once. More just to kind of get because it was a short session for a video game. I knew I would only be there for a half an hour, and it was at a studio that I trusted, and I more just wanted to go just to kind of get the sense of like, all right, well, what is this like in case people ask?
Sure. Sure. How was it?
Fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, but at the same time, it was not scary. And at the same time, it also, like, everybody I was talking to was on Zoom from their own home. So I was like, why can't I be home?
Yeah. Why can't you send a kit,
Yeah.
But
so the second time I worked with them, they did send the kit, and I just did it from home, and it was totally fine.
Okay. That was nice of them.
Yeah.
Now they don't have any choice.
Yeah, I will say the only thing is that my booth is warm. It is very warm.
Yeah. Oh my God, the ventilation is like, I even got like the VO edition. I don't know if you got it. It comes with this AC unit, and they said it's silent, right? But it's like, I'm like, I don't know what constitutes as silent in where they made it, but.
Yeah, it's silent if you don't mind, like, it sounding like you're making a smoothie while you're recording,
I'm sure for, like, maybe music recording or something, it doesn't bother as much. But for VO, yeah, sure. We need a silencer for the silencer.
Yeah, it's just some type of thing. Okay, so I'm gonna throw out a fan question.
Sure.
I'm throwing this one out because so far it's the only one that doesn't have to do with your characters, and I love the questions that go outside the box. So Alexia asked,
"Yes,
what's your favorite dessert?"
Ooh, good question. There are so many good things. The first thing that comes to mind is creme brulee. There's nothing that compares to that. The hot and cold of it, the caramel into the pudding. But then a long time ago, we wanted to be fancy for my 21st birthday. Sure. So we went to this steakhouse in Malibu called Fleming's with the money we saved up. And they had, I forget what it was called, but it was like this amazing sponge cake with like ice cream and berries, and it was just I my dad has a video of me like in complete ecstasy over it. I have never tasted anything that good before, so I think it's between those two.
Excellent.
What about you? I want to hear this. I'm sure you have some dessert.
Well, I'm a dessertaholic. As a matter of fact, just the other day I made a batch of brownies that had a tahini swirl in them.
What's that?
Tahini is like it's used to make hummus, and it's basically it's like peanut butter, but instead of roasted peanuts, it's roasted sesame seeds.
Interesting.
So it's got like a really like toasted, nutty, but like kind of a little bit bitter sort of like, if you had a sesame seed bun, like kind of
maybe
like
even subtle savory like underneath that. Yeah. I'm allergic to chocolate, so I've never had a brownie, but I imagine they're fantastic.
They're fine.
Yeah.
I don't want to oversell them. I mean, but yeah,
you can oversell them all you like. I'm never going to taste them.
Right. Courtenay and I we're ice cream people. Like one of the big things that's got me through my pandemic is just getting like a few pints of ice cream and making sure that there's always at least a few in the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a flavor?
So many flavors.
So many? Okay.
I love to just try everything. The one that I had recently, there's this ice cream place called Jenny's.
Mm.
There's a few. One is in one's on Hillhurst in Los Feliz, one's on Larchmont. That might be the only two around here, but they're like a Midwestern chain, and they have a pineapple upside down cake flavor that is ridiculous, but it's so good.
I'm a dulce de leche guy.
Oh, good choice. Also good choice.
Yeah, I like them caramel things. Sorry, move on.
Oh, speaking of pineapple, now I have to ask this question because Courtney's not here to rag on me. So, pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
I will say, okay, I get the stigma against it. If it's like some canned ass, dull ass, like awful preserved pineapple, ew. But if it's like fresh, yeah, all right. If it's fresh with like ham and like I don't know, maybe even red peppers in there for some zest.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good addition.
Yeah. I'll go for it.
I love pineapple and ham on pizza. And,
yes.
So does my partner, and we get it frequently. Courtney thinks it's an abomination, and she will spit on me.
Well, she's not here to defend it right now.
I hope
pineapples on pizza, gang.
Oh, good times.
Yeah.
So, in the midst of all this, like we've been lucky enough that we're able to keep working and everything, but it's hard to be stuck at home. So, how are you keeping yourself inspired and motivated and just positive in general?
I have luckily been accustomed to this lifestyle for a little bit, in that I was a bit of a shut-in in my school years.
Oh,
I went and became a functioning person in society after a little bit, but this just feels nostalgic to me right now, being in here. So I have a large array of video games, and now that I'm in, I don't even know if I'm in, but like now that I'm doing this this voice acting stuff professionally, my ear sort of catches the VO choices that they're making in the video games.
Sure.
And I can sort of, that inspires me to like, ooh, maybe I can use that with my own spin on it next time, if a part like this comes up. And then, I read, Zoom chat with friends. My apartment complex luckily has a few hiking trails, so I like to take walks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's great. Well, I won't say where we are to the 75 people that might care, but
sure.
But we're right near a pretty nice hill, has a good view of LA. So there's plenty here, luckily, to keep the inspiration alive. I miss seeing my colleagues in person. Like, we used to go to Simply Coffee all the time, but I get that. I get why we can't do it anymore. But thank goodness for streaming, like what we're doing now, because that's a way to keep up our showmanship a bit.
Yeah, I don't know how they did it in the 1920s.
Yeah, well, different world. It probably. It was. If in the 1920s, you sort of had to be like a triple threat, right? So they were always keeping busy with dancing lessons and singing lessons and acting lessons, one after another. Sleep. Sleep. So I'm sure that's how they put up with it.
A lot of perfecting the craft.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure. For anybody just tuning in, welcome to Between Two Nerds. I'm JP Karliak. We're joined today by Kellen Goff. And we are we're an organization that spreads the good news about voter registration and voting to nerds. That's cosplayers, gamers, con goers, and pop culture fans of all shapes and sizes and kinds. Kellen, in regards to voting, do you have like a memorable voting experience the first time, or just somewhere along the line where that was a memorable voting experience?
You know, the first time I voted was the last time I voted from my childhood home. So I went there with my whole family, and fortunately at the time, my sister's 3 years younger than me, so she couldn't vote at the time. But it was sort of, I don't know, voting with like right before my mom and dad and us all just going there with the dog. It sort of felt not only like a family bonding thing, but like I was sort of becoming a man in the household finally. It felt sort of like a new, a new page in my life, a new chapter. So that stands out definitely. And the last time I voted, there were so many people there that it took 2 hours to get through the line. So we sort of bonded in line there just because we were all there so long, and we couldn't take the silence that we started playing like the app Heads Up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we all started playing that because I'll play that like when Disneyland was open. I would play that with friends anytime we were waiting for a ride. So we did stuff like that, got to know each other. So that was kind of a bonding experience.
Cool.
So yeah, no, that's a few that come to mind.
Very nice. So you are classically an in-person, go to the polls voter.
Yeah, because I feel like, I mean, the first time I ever did it was my first poll place was it wasn't a hanging chad, but it was like you still punched the holes in it,
For sure.
And I felt like, I don't know, I felt like there was no way to alter that. So I always felt the safest about that voting method. I could be wrong. I haven't really looked into it as much as I should have, admittedly. But it always felt like if I was there in person, as opposed to mailing it in. I don't know. But I've also heard about the reliability of mailing it in, too. And I'm sure a lot of us don't have a choice now. So any way you can, right?
That's kind of the thing. Courtenay and I have been mailing our ballots well for a long time. A lot of years. And I think the reasoning at this point is basically like we get our credit cards in the mail, we get our driver's license in the mail, we get like all sorts of really important documents in the mail all the time, and it's fine. So the nice thing about mailing in your ballot is not just for your safety during this year, but in general is you get it early enough that it's kind of on your schedule, because especially in our work, like it happens all over the place. You never know what's going to happen, even on election day, and we always have the assurance that we'll be able to get the ballot out. And even if I forget up until the day of, I can just go to the polling place with my mail-in ballot, walk to the front of the line, and just boop, put it in.
Yeah.
Although I will say that I wish I had the opportunity to play Heads Up. That would be a lot more fun.
You can do it anytime. You don't have to be in a huge long line at the church or wherever you poll. You can do it anytime. But wow, this sounds like an ad for Heads Up now. No, it is a fun game though. But I've had a few friends say that because they were so busy, mailing in helps a lot. I've just, I got into the whole media scare thing a while back, thinking like, oh, they're going to tamper with it. But you make a good point. If driver's license and credit cards come along, then ballots should be safe. So
Yeah, I mean,
and I'm sure I'll just say I'm sure they've safety proofed it even a bit more since the last election. So
yeah, I mean, I think obviously nothing's 100%,
sure.
but I think as we've seen in elections in the past, the in-person elections, especially the ones that were that are computerized or whatever, they sometimes run into more issues than a simple mail-in ballot would. So,
Agreed.
and sometimes that just has to do with volume, because all of the stuff that happens on election day, it's just all at once, and mail-in ballots kind of trickle in over, a period.
Okay.
So,
Fair enough.
But, whatever you need to do, sir. For those of you out there who are not registered to vote or do not have a mail-in ballot, should you want to have one for November, because who knows what this is all going to look like, visit NerdsVote.com and we will hook you up. We got everything to get you registered. If you're not sure if you just moved or you're not sure if your address is up to date, you can check on our website. You can also make sure that you get a mail-in ballot. So now that I've done that PSA, Kellen, of the characters that you have played, and there have been some awesome ones, certainly from My Hero Academia and Funtime Freddy and a lot of anime.
Yeah.
Do you think any of them would make a good president?
Oh, wow. Which one would make it?
Please don't say Funtime Freddy.
No, he barely has a mind. Maybe Diavolo, because he runs this. He single-handedly built up his mafia organization and sort of laid roots under everything, and it took a lot to undo that. So. He definitely has the business skills for it.
Okay.
Now, if he has the public's interests at heart, maybe not. See, I play a lot of villains, so it's hard for me to get behind any of them that I'd want to vote for.
Sure, and that's a fair assessment. That is a fair assessment. Wait, and somebody said. Funtime Freddy will be fair because he will make everybody a birthday for all the birthday boys and girls.
Would that be his bill he puts into play, that every day is everyone's birthday?
Yeah, I think it would be his slogan, his campaign promises for sure.
Our deficit would run up so much on birthday cakes and balloons. Oof. Yeah, we got to think about the big picture. I mean, the kids would vote for him, but kids can't vote.
Yeah, no. Yeah. But since you brought that up, if anybody watching happens to be 17, and you're like, oh, I can't register to vote yet. Actually, you can. You can register to vote now for the election in November, as long as your 18th birthday happens before November 3rd. And then, poof, you're done. You're ready to vote.
You absolutely should.
Yeah. So, Kellen, a question that we love to ask people is, who are you voting for? And when we ask that, we're not asking like candidates, or we're a nonpartisan organization. We don't ask about candidates or parties or anything. But when we ask who are you voting for, what we're asking is, when you are casting your ballot in general, what person or people do you have in mind that you want your vote to benefit? Or causes or something.
Sure. I like a candidate that, like they have a record of being tolerant towards people, no matter what they like, if they're trans or bi or anywhere on the LGBTQ spectrum. I like people in general that are accepting of what others want to do with their lives, as long as it's not negatively impacting someone else. Sure. And I like candidates who believe in science and fact, because I feel like there are so many resources that can be, used for the presidency that come from the multiple studies that are going on. And that, I like someone, I like a president who, they obviously a strong leader, but that can accept when they're wrong, and go to the people that know what they're talking about for advice. Because pride and leadership aren't mutually exclusive. Like, pride can be in many forms. Negative pride is not accepting anybody's help and believing that you're right no matter what. That's not true. Yeah, so I like someone who knows their faults and is willing to get better, and if they're in the wrong, and so along those lines.
All good stuff. All good stuff. You're getting a lot of rainbow flags in the comments. So thank you for saying that.
Sure.
We are even though we're nonpartisan here at NerdsVote, we're definitely accepting of all people. So cool.
No, anything, like, you should never be afraid to be yourself. And I feel like if the leadership is behind you freely expressing who you want to be, then you'll do more good.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Yeah.
When we don't have to fight for our own rights because they're already in place, then we feel more at liberty to be able to help other people to achieve rights that they're
absolutely
missing. Yeah, absolutely, for sure. All right. Well, now that we got nice and heavy and all of that.
Sorry.
Let's double back to we were talking about video. You were talking about that you're playing video games. So I'm just going to throw this question out. But what's your favorite video game, and what games are you playing now?
Ooh, my favorite video game. They're like, can I say like top 3? Because it's like hard to pick just one.
I don't make the rules, so yeah.
So I love Skyrim just because of how expansive the world is and how accessible, how access to reshaping it any way you want.
Cool.
And, all the fantasy around it. I love Pokemon, and I adore it ever since I was 3 years old. I've been collecting Pokemon stuff, and I'm still playing. Like, I have my Switch right there. I'm playing Pokemon through Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu right now. And then number 3, tie between Infamous and Prototype, because they're kind of the same game. I like futuristic stuff, but I like stuff where you have, like super abilities. Because I feel like video games should be a complete escape from life. Like, if I wanted to play football, I would go out and play football. But if I want to have electric powers in New Orleans, I'll play Infamous too. So yeah, I like open world superhero futuristic fantasy stuff. And the one I'm playing right now is I'm actually I just finished Detroit Become Human, which is a story game about AI androids becoming their own species. Which was trippy. I recommend that to anyone who likes a good story game. And I'm playing Just Cause 4, which appeals to the bang bang Michael Bay explodey side of me. I have a soft spot for all of that ever since the Transformers movies. So yeah.
Awesome. No,
all of that.
Admittedly, I have not been a big gamer since my Super Nintendo died in 1990, 8.
Oh, rest in peace.
I know, but I bought an NES Classic, and then I rigged it up.
Yes.
So
I
have
love it.
all the games now. So
Have you played Star Fox 2?
Okay, don't hate me. I was never really Star Fox never really did it for me. Like
Fair enough.
yeah, I think
It's its own thing.
I think it's because like one of the first games I bought when I was like a little kid. Okay, that was bought for me. Let's be honest.
All right, fair enough.
Was Top Gun for NES.
Okay.
And that game, like, it ruined me for flying games because that thing is hard AF. Like
it is.
Like it's all fine.
I wouldn't wish that on anybody. That's like Superman 64.
Yeah, no. Like Top Gun was just like you're flying, everything's fine, and then either you have to refuel, or you have to land, and you're screwed. It's over.
Yeah.
So
people were saying F in the chat. Is the stream dead?
Is it what? Let's see. F has no. I don't know.
Okay, hopefully not.
It's Star Fox, so let's see.
I think it's fine.
Everybody, we good? We good? Okay.
We good?
They'll let us know.
They'll let us know. Anyway, okay, good. Yeah. Please tell me you like Kirby though.
Oh yes, no, Kirby's awesome. All the
Heck yeah.
All the Kirby.
Oh, I love. What's the one? It's in the SNES Classic, but it's the last campaign where you can like switch between any power you want while you're going through it. I don't know. Someone in the chat will answer. But
because there's 2 Kirby games on the Classic.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking like oh god, the names are escaping me right now, but like it's a game with like a bunch of campaigns in it. And one you fight against the Big Bird, and one you fight against Meta Knight, and god, I'm just the biggest fan.
Is it Dreamland 3? No. I don't know which one it is.
It would be. I say I'm the biggest fan, but I can't remember any of the level names.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the gameplay of it though.
Yeah.
He's my main in Smash.
Kirby is super fun.
Yeah.
And as somebody that like is a diehard Mega Man fan, like anything where I get to steal somebody's powers and use them myself, I'm fully on board with that. So
Absolutely.
yeah, so I just got a Switch like 2 months ago. No, I got it like in February, and thank God I did, because at least now I have an up-to-date video game system during all this.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
It has SNES emulated games on there.
Yes. I need to like I've been playing a few sort of side-scrolly old school games like Owlboy and
I love Owlboy.
Oh, it's so good.
Are sat on too much, man. There's some really good ones out there, like Shovel Knight. Great.
Which one?
Great. There's Shovel Knight. Super Hot is a great indie game. A lot aren't coming to. Humans Fall Flat is great.
I've been playing.
There's so many good ones.
I've been playing Owlboy, Ori and the Blind Forest.
Ori's great.
So beautiful. I'm about to start Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight's great.
Oh, and Cuphead, of course. You know.
Oh yeah. That's a given.
Hard as worth it.
Absolutely. If you like Ori, there's this game that I worked on a while back that's like a more 3D version of it called Fe at FE, and
I saw that. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you saw it? Yeah, I did I did most of the creature voices in that.
You do a bunch of creature voices, yeah?
It's my favorite. I love creature stuff.
See, that's the one thing that, that I suck at, but the one thing that I suck at, no. No, but...
you don't suck at anything.
it's the one thing, like when I see D. Baker do his creature voices and everything, I'm like,
A master.
how did you even begin to understand those noises come from you? Because like, I get, like, for me, a lot of my voices come from just emulating other people and being
Yeah,
like, oh, okay, I understand that dialect, let me try that, or hearing
yeah,
somebody's odd voice and being like, oh, well, let me try that. But some of the
yeah.
noises are just like, that's otherworldly. I don't know how you get that out of your mouth.
Well, it's the same concept on it, honestly. Like, I can't speak for Dee's method at all, but it's what I do is what I do personally is I'll grab like I'll listen to how an animal vocalizes,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll emulate that. Then I will, combine that throat placement now that I've learned it with with other, you know, um, I temperances, dialects. It's hard to describe with animal noises, but I'll
Yeah,
I'll you
yeah.
know I'll just do like a mixing pot of stuff and see what works, and the results are just monsters, gross, globulary things. Last of Us.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You were the, like, the bloated ones,
I
right?
was the big fat bloater one, and that was a combination. I started with frog and pig because they're kind of in the same thing, and then I sort of it's like an inward belch almost. It's really hard to describe in words, but it ended up coming out so great. In the studio, my favorite thing to see is the people on the other side of the glass going. That's
Yeah.
what I strive for. Just the
Yeah.
gross thing. Yeah.
That
Um,
I mean, one of the most fun parts of VO, especially when we get to do it in person, is surprising people and getting and
yeah.
people, people look at us and they perceive that, oh, you're a certain person and you're going to make certain sounds, and then you get up
Mhm.
to the mic and you just decimate their opinions, and it's like, yep, did that.
Well, it's so funny because how it used to be, like I was there, but how it used to be was you would, when you auditioned in person, they knew what they were getting because they were there.
Right.
But now in this age of technology, they can't be for sure that it wasn't altered or anything. So when I go in there and go they're like, ugh. It's like I wasn't sure if you like ripped that from something or did that with computers or what. It's like, no, that's just how I think, how it all started, JP. I loved that face that they do on the other side of the glass. I loved getting that face out of my mom when she was doing something important, like when she was on the phone with someone, or I was a little S word when I was a kid. So when she was on the phone or when she was like meditating in the garden, I would just come up and go like, and she'd go like, Kellen, and I'd laugh and run away.
Kellen, we do not give our mothers heart attacks. That's not our
No,
job.
we don't do what I did. I was a bad boy. I got grounded for that.
But
But
it was the beginnings of a great career. So awesome.
yeah, just do it with people who don't give their lives for you and have the power to ground you. Do it with your friends. All they can do is punch you.
Fair. Awesome. Oh, geez. I'm just looking at some of these questions, and some of them are so specific. Like, somebody asked, if you could be any role in the Beetlejuice musical, who would it be?
Beetlejuice.
I
I
mean,
I I
isn't that the
can't
dog?
do. I can't do. I don't know how Alex Brightman places himself so that he can do that 8 nights a week.
Yeah.
But if I could do that, that would be so much fun. Because he's that very chaotic anti-hero, and that's the kind of archetype I adore playing. It maybe not the most, but like it's so fun because there are a lot of roles in this industry where you have to keep level, and you have to keep to a specific whatever, but with chaotic stuff like that, you can just have fun with it and let your voice go wherever it wants to go, and it'll just come off as creepy or funny. You can lose control a bit with it, and that's fun to me.
Yeah, no,
breaking the order of things.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, villains and the anti-heroes are always just so fun for me.
Yeah.
I mean, my personal love is and always will be Skeletor, and
my goodness, absolutely, Michael Bell, such a treasure. Oh no, it wasn't Michael Bell. It was
Alan Oppenheimer.
Alan Oppenheimer. Sorry.
Yes,
I should know that.
Michael Bell's got a few gems as well.
Oh yeah, Michael Bell's got a good bit too. They're both great guys.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I love that. I absolutely love that energy. As a matter of fact, Alex Brightman.
Yeah.
I just saw that he got a role in Dead India, which is based off. I don't know if you've ever read this graphic novel, Dead India. It's unbelievable. It's so deliciously queer positive and diverse and funny and weird, and it's basically about an amusement park that's built on a gate to hell. Yeah.
So just his cup of tea.
All the fun little antics that happen with that. So yeah,
that's perfect. That's perfect for him.
Check that out, because Alex plays a talking pug that wears a fez.
Oh. Have you seen do you follow him on Twitter? He has the funniest dog videos ever. He calls him his little prince or something, and it just messes with him so much. I love people. Someone's a good person if they love and care about animals, and he loves his dog. You can tell.
Yeah.
Shout out to Alex Brighton.
Courtenay is very that as well. Like, Courtenay, she's our rescue animal champion. So. Oh yeah.
When Dino Andrade set up this improv group for all of us. I don't know if you made any of our shows while we were still out, but the last night that we did it, Lori Allen invited us to her house, and she has the cutest little pups.
Her dog.
I love them both. One wasn't hers, but the other was just this old one that was just so chill. And Courtney, she was just like cuddling with them the whole time. We had to keep saying Courtney. She's like,
yeah.
Hey, I was lost in his eyes.
I mean, she rescued a skunk, so.
She rescued a skunk. I did not know that.
Baby skunk who's something, I think its mother might have been hit by a car or something. And yeah, so she rescued it and nursed it. And then she called the wildlife people, and they came and, took it back to the forest. But yeah.
Bless her heart.
So,
sorry, I'll just say one more thing. My fix recently, you say things for therapy. I've been watching a ton of animal videos, just, POVs of animals being themselves. I've watched this channel called Shirosuke, which is these two really funny Shibas that have had multiple litters. They call them their patates. And then the other one is there's this fox called Finnegan Fox that's been on an internet sensation because he sounds like a hyena. He just laughs all the time. and that's a whole fox reserve of foxes that can't go back into the wild. So there's just a ton of.
There we go.
There you are. Hi. What happened?
Sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
Okay, fair. But yeah, you had a question. Sorry for interrupting.
Okay. Sorry about that. But yes, no. I am here for multiple litters of Shivas.
My gosh. Yeah. The petites.
What was I? There was a question that I was finding, and that's when everything went nuts. Somebody wants to know what your favorite car manufacturer is and what your favorite Mario Kart character is. Everybody's getting real specific up in here.
Favorite car manufacturer is Lotus. I really like the Lotus sports cars. And
Okay.
Mario Kart character, I always go for Dry Bones. I don't know. I like the skeletons.
Fair enough. So for anybody that is just tuning in, we are NerdsVote. You are watching Between Two Nerds with our special guest, Kellen Goff.
I'm the second nerd this time.
Yes, you are filling in as the other nerd. There's nothing between us, but we are the two nerds.
Except for the divider of the webcams.
Right. Yes. That infinite horizon.
Yeah.
For anybody that's on the chat, be sure to check out our pinned comment. We are partnering with this organization called Motivote, where if voting is something that you want to do, but it's just like, oh, I never remember, or it seems like it's a lot of steps and everything. Motivote is awesome because you sign up and it gives you these little bite-sized tasks to get you to register and also to get you to the polls in November. And along the way, every time you accomplish a task, you get points, and then you can win prizes. So it's like that old thing when you used to send in, like, the little codes from bags of Cheetos or Kool-Aid packets or whatever, and you could get like sunglasses or hats. Same thing.
Yeah.
But this time it's doing your civic duty. So be sure to sign up. Just go to the link below.
They're asking how to ask questions. Is there like a question box or something, or do you just put it in the chat?
It's that question down the bottom. I've been trying to get to as many as I can. Oh, that's right. I remember what I needed to ask. So everybody on the chat has had a very serious question, and I feel like we need to address it.
Very well.
And if this is too personal, feel free to say so.
Okay.
They want to know if you're pregnant, and I just, and I feel like that's not for them to force you to disclose. So it's really up to you. What you do you, buddy. I don't want to force you.
I don't know where these questions come from. This is not the first time that a question like this has came up. If you could. The only thing I'm pregnant with right now is about 3/4 of a can of Monster. But when it comes out, I will be sure to tell you.
I feel like that's your business, and yeah. whatever
it wants to be in life, before I send it on its way, I'll tell it I support it. And that wherever it goes in life, I'll always love it.
Just let God and let live, right? Like, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, thanks for breaking that important news here. Oh my God. Okay.
Are you pregnant, Kellen?
I mean, just going through the list of questions on here, like I said, there was Mario Kart character, there was the Beetlejuice question, there was, do you prefer bananas or apples?
Depends, really. I'd say I eat apples much more. I love Fuji apples. But, bananas are really nice if I just need like a quick snack or
Sure.
Fun fact, and it's true, it might just be a placebo for me, but the potassium in them have always just cured my foot pain. Yeah. Anytime I'm feeling, what's that?
They are good for like if you got a leg cramp or something like that. Yeah, potassium.
Yeah, no. Anytime I'm feeling pain in my feet from walking around too much, I just eat a banana or two, and in an hour or two, I'm feeling fine.
There you go. You heard it here, folks. So with all, do you think that you play some interesting characters? Do you think that the interestingness of your characters informs the interestingness of your fan base and the questions that they have?
I wouldn't have it any other way, honestly. I feel like there's no such thing as a boring fan base, but my fan base has asked some very interesting questions. And while they haven't all been entirely appropriate or, I have never been bored. And I thank them immensely for that. And I feel like, there are a few fan bases I'm a part of that are part of the fan base because they're weird, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Awesome. And I agree. I know my fan base. I'm not going to say that they're all bossy babies, but they're definitely some of the most motivated children.
You must get so many memes. You must get so many memes off of that.
Actually,
for a while there,
here's a fun question. And so I knew that I had made it when somebody made a meme of me on Twitter, and it was basically me. It was my head with my pink hair on Thanos's body with the Infinity Gauntlet and lasers coming out of my eyes. Now, what it meant, I do not know. But for me,
it means you're powerful.
Okay, I'm doing okay. Has anybody made a meme of you that you were like, wow, that's effed up, but B, wow, I feel successful?
Gosh, that's a specific one. I'd have to think about it because nothing rises to the surface. There have been tons of there have been tons of memes of my characters that have been that, but me specifically.
Well, let's see. One of your characters counts. So what's been an interesting, one of your favorites of one of your characters?
Think for a second. Well, when the whole COVID thing started, there were tons of Overhaul memes because he's a germaphobe and he always wears the mask. Yeah. So I felt proud that something I had contributed to was a figurehead for positive health in this pandemic. Even though he was, a bit of a villain about it. Nothing said there, but there are just so many there. I think that rises to the top, though. Just him, I remember there was one where it was just announced, and there were, there were. He was reclusive before, but in this he just bolted himself in his room, and his co gangsters were trying to get him out, but he's like, no, I'm not coming out. No, just slide SpaghettiOs under the door, like stuff like that.
Sure.
Was fun, and then anytime he like sprays people with Febreze in their face is funny too. I like the memes of my characters. I feel like they're the fan base makes these horrible people endearing.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
We're gonna sign off in a minute, but
Okay.
so the way that we sign off is we ask everybody out there, pick your favorite of Kellen's characters, and he will sign off our show as that character. So I have a feeling it's going to be one of two, but I don't know.
I have a feeling it's going to be one of one.
Okay. So everybody out there, tell us which character you would like Kellen to sign off the show as. So
I'm already seeing it.
Yeah.
All of the above. Can't.
All of it. Just every single one, and just do a general audition.
Yeah. That would take a while.
I don't know. I mean, I'm mostly seeing Overhaul, but I'm also seeing like a bunch of Freddie.
I was going to say Freddie is probably going to be the one that yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I think it is. Well, tell you what, you are welcome. I think Freddie's the popular one, but if you want to throw in a little Overhaul as well, you're more than welcome.
I guess I'll do both. Sure.
So all you need to do is just tell everybody to register and get out and vote in whatever way that Freddie or Overhaul would.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. This is Funtime Freddy telling you to go out and register and vote. And this is Overhaul saying that if you don't, I'll come find you and I'll give you a cure that you can't come back from. Okay, bye!
That was awesome! That is so cool! Thank
That's
you for
the
doing
monster
double
talking.
Yeah, that is the monster talking. Kellen, this was so much fun. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. I was so honored when you asked me to come. I really, yeah, I was like, oh, they want me.
Well, again, I'm sorry Courtney couldn't join. It would have been fun for the three of us. But for all of you out there that are still here, make sure you visit the link down at the bottom. Go to MotiVote so you can win some prizes while you're registering and preparing to vote. And also just visit NerdsVote.com to learn about all the different stuff that we're doing throughout the year so you can get out to vote and you can get your friends out to vote and we can all do the voting thing.
Heck yeah.
Awesome. All right, Kellen, I hope to see you in person soon.
Yeah, when it's safe. Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. All right. I'll see you soon, buddy.
All right. Thanks again. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.
Oh, that was awesome. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. And we'll be back on Thursday with another guest, TBD. So, yeah, stay tuned. Follow NerdsVote at NerdsVote here and on Twitter. And we'll see you around. Bye.